y'all? This is your nerd boy cutie reporting for duty to do the Lord's work once again. Here with another live chat talking about America's Next Top Model. This time, Soccer 13, with none other than the petite cycles Courtney, aka the little lady whose foot was so excited to be talking about Top Model. You guys know this is my second favorite show of all time, as I have always said, because what? Charmed is number one. I mean, who can beat the power of three? No one. But Top Model is my second favorite, steady second favorite, even though, y'all, I think I may need to reconfigure because I love Drag Race. I love Drag Race, and I think it may officially be my number one show of all time. I can watch Drag Race at any time and at any place for any reason and be excited and happy and grateful. So I think I may need to start saying, damn, Top Model, are you now number three? But it's a good number three. It is a strong, strong number three. Anyways, I'm so grateful for you guys watching this. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, the reason we are all here, let's welcome in Courtney.
Hi.
How are you?
God, I'm so good. Thank you for having me today. This is so fun.
Yes. Thank you for doing this with me. I so appreciate it. First of all, you look freaking beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I had another transformation. We go through one on Top Model, but hey, this is the newest version.
I mean, but it's good though. What inspired this look? It's very like Marilyn Monroe.
It is. I think I'm going to be here for Halloween actually, because I think I'm like channeling her right now. You know what? I always loved short hair. I'm a short hair gal, and I've never been a blonde ever. And I was like, you know what? Why not? And now I cannot go back. Like I tried to go back to red, like orange, like what I normally do. Nope. Like I am a full platinum blonde beauty these days.
Now they say blondes have more fun. Is that true?
It's so true. Like no, I've never had more fun the past 2 years than I have. Like, I don't know. It's true. It's very true.
And so your natural hair color, I'm assuming, is that what I'm seeing at the root?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like it though. I like the ombre, whatever they call it. I don't know hair terms, but it looks nice.
Thank you. Yeah. No, oh my God. That's so funny. Top Model has moved to 3 now. That's so great. Of your favorite shows. Top Model has moved down to number 3.
I know. But I love Drag Race. Like I love Drag Race. And I love Charm. Like I love Charm.
Wow. You're taking it back.
I can sit down and watch Charm for hours and be A-okay. I can watch the same episode over and over and over and I'll be A-okay.
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if I've actually watched Charmed.
It's okay. It's all right.
You know, like I am like, oh my God, I think I should go back and like maybe I've seen like a few episodes, you know, I think like growing up or whatever, I like saw it, but I don't think I ever sat down and did it. So maybe it's like my new show that I'm going to do.
You really should watch it and tell me how you like it.
Okay, I will.
Don't feel bad because I just watched Game of Thrones this year.
Okay. That's equivalent. I think that's equivalent to me not seeing Charmed ever.
But Game of Thrones is goddamn good though. It's really
wow. Good. It's incredible.
Listen, we are here to talk about America's Next Top Model, Soccer 13. I want to know, how long has it been since your cycle?
I think 12 years, maybe going on 13, because I was 22 and I'm about to turn 36. So I think 12 years.
And you haven't aged a day. You look like you're my age. You look like my age.
I don't know if I'm a vampire or Benjamin. I don't know what's happening, but I'm going with it. I'm like, I think I said once, I was like, when I turned 25, I was like, that's it. I think I'm 25 forever. Like I have not celebrated. Nope. I'm just 25.
You know what? That is so funny. And I wonder what that's about. Because I say the same thing. I was like, once I turn 25, I'm going to be 25 until I turn 30.
Yeah, I just don't think like, and it's a mindset, right? Like if I just always think that I'm 25, then my energy, everything is going to be 25.
I, I think that is a good principle to have, and a lot of people should start following you and adopt that because I know some people I went to high school with, and we're the same age, and they surely look 76. And I'm just like, what the been going through? I mean, I know it's been a lot going on with the pandemic and all other types of stuff, but life can't be
We've been
that.
through it.
Life
No.
can't be that hard. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Shit. What made you say yes to doing this?
Well, I think it was just always, I didn't know if I actually wanted to do reality. I did always know that I wanted to like move out to LA and be an actor, more of an actor, like a serious theatrical person rather than reality. But you have to take the opportunities that come. And when it did, I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna be like a model, you know, like I'm 5'5". I'm not gonna be like a runway model or any of that. But I was like, this is a great way to start, you know, my
Mhm.
dreams. And like it moved me out to LA. And I think that's like the one thing that I'm like so grateful for the show is it made me leave South Florida and like follow my dreams actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to my fellow South Florida sister. I am from Fort Lauderdale, Broward County.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yes!
Hey. Oh
So
my
by the
God,
time
I love it.
2013 happened, America's Next Top Model was already a household name, an established cultural phenomenon, pop culture icon it was.
Mm.
Tyra Banks is like doing her thing. What made you audition for America's Next Top Model?
Okay. So my friend tricked me and dropped me off at the audition. Like I wasn't prepped. I wouldn't dress the way that I wanted to, nothing. She drove me to, I think it was the Eden Rock Hotel on South Beach. And she was like, let's go for lunch. Like, we're going to have like a day on South Beach, whatever. And she literally dropped me off. She was like, oh, America's Next Top Model is auditioning over there. Like, you're going to audition. I had no clue. Like, I didn't prep for it. I wasn't dressed for it. I didn't make the decision to do it. But my girlfriend was like, you have to do it. They're doing a petite cycle. Like, this is everything. So she tricked me into going out. Shout out Sarah. Like, tricked me to audition for America's Next Top Model.
And so, did you always have aspirations to model?
Yeah. So before the show, I was actually already signed to Wilhelmina.
Oh, dope.
So yeah, so I was with Wilhelmina, Miami. And then you know, if you won the show, you got a contract with Wilhelmina again. So I had to basically like cut my contract, like stop, like pause it or whatever to do the show. And I had to, I was already a SAG actor as well. So I was part of the union, and you can't be SAG doing a non union TV show on American Next Top Model because of like residuals and all that stuff. So I basically had to renounce my SAG card and my already established contract with Wilhelmina. So I had already been modeling and like more editorial stuff and beauty. So this was kind of the first time that I was doing more of like runway type, you know, modeling.
Gotcha. And
Yeah.
so, with your friend Sarah randomly dropping you off at the audition, you already having at least some type of footing in the business, what made you say, I'm going to make all of these life changes and put my eggs in the top model basket?
I think it was just a instinct, like a gut feeling. Like I was like, this is everything that I've always dreamed of, is like being on TV, working in TV, working in entertainment, whatever that may be. And I'm a huge believer in uh, you know, when the door opens, you should walk in, even if it closes, you know, and you just will go to another one. But it was just inside of me that I was like, this is everything that I was meant to do. And why not? Like, I'm 22. I want to leave South Florida. And I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity. Whether I would ever do it again or like, you know, like even if the experience wasn't exactly what I thought it would be, it still got me out of my comfort zone and made me super uncomfortable. And I just grew from that. And I think and I understood how more of the business works and all that kind of stuff. So I think it was just like a gut instinct of like, okay, no, if they want you to do this, like there's a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've heard different stories from different contestants regarding the audition process, their onboarding process. Would you say your audition, onboarding, getting casted process was smooth and fun, or were there some interesting bumps and moments in your experience?
So I think it was a roller coaster. I think this whole thing was a roller coaster.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the beginning process is I thought it was great. It was like a normal audition to me. It was like a casting, the very beginning, if it would be a first call to a callback type deal. And I thought it was very normal. So I was like, great. And I didn't have a broken leg at the time. So I was auditioning. Just regular, going to the casting, whatever. So I then stupidly said yes to one of my old cheerleading teams. Like I used to be a competitive cheerleader, and I was still in the cheerleading world at the time. And they were like, Courtney, we really need you to do this. Like, you're an amazing tumbler. We need this for this competition. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I do it. And I break my leg in the middle of the competition, like on the competition floor. I finish the routine. And then no lie, a week later, Top Model calls me and I'm like, I can't do it. I have a broken leg. Like I'm turning it down. And they were like, hold up. We want that. Like, we want that. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I can't model. I have a broken leg. Like, that's weird. And they were like, no, this will be perfect. We still want you. We still want to do it. And I was like, okay, I mean, I'll do my best, I guess. So that was that whole first scenario. But the whole process, once you get to LA, was I kind of used it as an emotional release because they ask you so many personal, like in-depth psych evaluation questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of needed that. I had never like been to therapy or had expressed, like I kept all my emotions in and I literally wrote everything down on this evaluation. Like everything I had ever done, been through, was sad about, was happy about, like every tough moment in my life, I poured it out onto this paper. But I didn't realize at the time that they would use all that in the show to try to get you to talk about those things. And I thought that was like where I messed up a little bit, like where I exposed so much of myself. But it was for me. It was for me to get that out. And they kind of used it against me. And I just was like, oh, this is reality TV. Like even at the beginning, like when I saw that happening and like, then they started to talk to me about what I had written down. I was just like, oh my God, like, oops. Like, I don't know if I should have like divulged that much, but for me, it was like a really great emotional release, but I just didn't think that they would use it, then try to use it against me or get me to talk about those things or make that my whole identity. Like if you have like a traumatic story or whatever you're going through or whatever it is, they try to use that. They want that. They want the drama. They want all those kind of things. And I thought that was the hardest thing for me to like get over because I'm very private and like I, don't always want to talk about those things, even though I think now I'm in a way different place, like being a decade later, I can talk about those things. I'm at an emotional level where I have done all the work to be able to be like, oh, you know what? Like that was a time in my life that was really difficult. Like I was going through a lot and it's okay to talk about it now and people should be able to talk about it. But I think then it was like, this is going to be on national television. Like I can't be talking about these things. Like it's crazy. Like what are people going to think about me?
Right.
Like that's really like what it was. Like I just didn't know how to be that like honest at that time.
And so we're jumping ahead a little bit, but I'm curious to know what were some of the things that you shared on your evaluation that you feel like they later exploited while filming the show?
I was in a very abusive relationship, like during my college years, and we were together for a very long time, since high school, and it went into college and it kind of overlapped. But he was bipolar. What I know now is, and I didn't know at the time, was he was then later diagnosed with bipolar, and he had a drug addiction, and like it just fueled all these things that I didn't know how to handle at the time.
Mhm.
And it was very abusive and very emotional, like addictive. And it was, you know, I think I did the best that I could to handle it. But they then, like the very first time I walked out, they were like, tell us about your abusive relationship. Like, did he beat, like, and I'm just like,
God.
I'm like, what? Like, I was like, no, I'm not gonna make that who like. I just knew like that doesn't make me who I am, and I didn't want people to be like, oh, like she was in a, I don't know. Like, I just wanted to be me and like not have that be a part of my story, even though it is a part of my story. It's not my main identity as a person. And so that was like the number one thing, was like that abusive relationship. They wanted it so bad. Like they wanted me to be the victim and like the damaged girl, like in a sense. And I was just like, that's not even who I am. It was just something that I did go through. Like that is a very real thing that, I had to deal with at a very young age, like 19 to 22, dealing with someone who's bipolar, and we had no idea.
Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm even more happy to hear that you've healed from all that and triumphed over that experience. So thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that with us. And
Yeah, of
of
course.
course, the
Yeah.
great news, the great in part of it. When you gave them that pushback, what was their response? Like,
I think I'm pretty good at like shutting it down, like, and that's just what I did. And they were like, okay, yeah, she's definitely not going to talk about it. Like, I think there was other things to talk about. I had a broken leg. Okay, let's make that this whole thing, which it was, and it's fine. Like, so I think they were like, oh, she's not gonna go there and talk about it. And plus, like we were filming, like I was just like, no, that's not, let's keep it moving.
let's
Like,
keep it
no.
moving. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So going back, you make it to the on-screen auditions where you meet Tyra, you meet the judges, you
Hmm.
go through this entire preliminary process we see on camera. How was that
Right.
experience for you?
I thought it was really cool. It was really tough. I'm gonna be honest. Like I feel like I'm a pretty strong person, and I think it took like a a lot of courage at that time to even do it with a broken leg, because you're handicapped in a sense. Like you're not able to fully. Uh, I wasn't able to fully like execute the real model or the
Right.
actor that I was, right? And it hindered that experience, but I wanted to still like do my best. And I think like just having like crutches and like doing all that thing, like I wanted to walk a lot of the times, and they were just very nervous because if I were to get more hurt on set and it's like a liability, I think was the issue, because I was like, I don't want to be on crutches like on a TV show. Like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just have my cast and, I do it that way. Because it wasn't the first time that I had broken my leg. So I was kind of like, I know how to do this. Like, let me just have my cast and like whatever. And I chose to get like a boot that could take on and off, because usually I just get a full hard cast. But I was like, oh, maybe for this show, like I should be able to take it on and off, and it would be like a little easier maybe for me to be more normal in a sense. Um, but it was really cool and exciting, and like meeting all the girls the first time, and like just really immersing yourself in this very weird thing. Like reality TV is so strange, and like there are some people who can really do it and like excel, and like they can be who they are, and like they're amazing at it. And then other times it's like, this is so weird, like being yourself in a weird way. Like I had always been an actor, or like you're playing a role, and I was like, wait, how do I be who I am? Like this is so interesting. But it was like an immersive, like really cool experience. Like the first day was like really exciting. Like all the runway stuff and just like meeting everybody, and oh, it was really cool. Like and it also, like, no one would ever get it unless they've done it themselves, you know? It's just
Mhm.
so hard to explain sometimes.
So, with you having a broken leg, what kind of accommodations did production provide for you? And do you feel like they were fitting for your situation?
Um, so I think, okay, I was a little upset pretty much the entire time I was shooting, because they were so restrictive. Like I wanted to do more, and they just wouldn't allow it, and it was very frustrating, and because I'm a very competitive person in a sense, and I was just like, I'm not doing anything. Like
Mhm.
I can't, like, you're not letting me. Like I'm not allowed to physically like do all the things that I could maybe potentially do, or we could fake it, or like something. I don't know. Like, so I think the filming of the show, it was very restrictive, and I wasn't allowed to do much. But then after the show, so normally when, you get out of I was there long enough to where it like sort of my heel, because I shattered my heel bone actually, was it was sort of healed, but I needed physical therapy and I couldn't go. And my foot is still messed up till this day. Like so I wasn't allowed to do physical therapy, which I thought was like I needed more medical rehabilitation like while I was doing it, and I just wasn't allowed. I wasn't given that. And yeah, it's still like it's not like fully messed up where I can't do anything. Like it's fine, but the scar tissue and like how it built up because I did not get physical therapy after I was done filming, that it just like it doesn't move as easily, or like it's very like tight and just it's not as, so that was the only thing that I was like kind of upset about. I was like, I need rehabilitation. Like after an injury, like you have to do physical therapy. And it just like was not offered. It wasn't. So that was kind of my like, that's kind of messed up. Like I did this show, I'm here for like 3 months. Like I need to like rehabilitate, like while I wasn't on the show at the time.
And so, was that a part of the earlier discussions on things you needed coming into the show? Was that ever talked about?
So I did not know this, and I guess they don't tell you. I'm not really sure, or if I missed it, or what was going on. But I thought that when you got eliminated, you went home. Like, so
Mm,
to me, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be here. I mean, not that I wasn't going to be here that long, but I was like, I didn't really know how long it was or like what the scenario was. And so I did not realize those things. Like maybe ahead of time I would have been, but
mm,
if I was made aware that like of the aftermath of what happens when you get eliminated,
mhm.
which yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Like now I know, but back then, yeah, definitely did not understand the whole process.
Gotcha. And so I'm just curious to know, with you having this physical condition going on while participating in this high functioning production TV show, what were your real life expectations that you have for yourself actually doing this? Like, I have this broken foot. I mean, I have this broken foot. Did you really think like you were going to win, or like what did you
No.
think the end goal was, or the journey was going to be?
You know what? I really did not have like an expectation of making it that far. I just knew physically like there's just no way, and that was fine to me. Like I don't think that was the whole point. Was I didn't go into it being like, "Oh, I'm going to win." Like I didn't think like that. I was like, "I think I'm going to do well and I'm going to do the best that I can." But I was definitely like physically limited. And even though like I will still go for it and like go all out, at some point I knew that it just wasn't going to work out. But,
Makes
you know,
makes sense.
I didn't even think I was going to make like after the first photo shoot. I was like, they're definitely going to get rid of me, after the first one, just so they can like continue on normally. Like, I think like also it's just like kind of annoying that some girl has a broken foot.
Right, right. Come on, being realistic. How was it meeting Tyra
Yeah.
for the first time?
It was very surreal, like obviously I loved all the like 90s supermodels. Like like I still love 90s modeling and all those awesome cool photo shoots that they all used to do together, and Victoria's Secret and all that stuff. And so it was like meeting someone that I was like, wow, like I've seen her like my whole life, and you're now working with her. I thought that was really cool. Like, I mean, I don't think we got to know her that well, like as everyone like thinks that you do, but it was like cool to be around, one of the best supermodels in the world.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. Like that's an awesome thing. Like I'm a girl from Plantation, Florida, next to Tyra Banks. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yes, yes. So we're about to get into the fun part, the part that everyone loves.
I love
Top
it.
model roll call, where I name everyone who was cast on your cycle, both the contestants, judges, and any other recurring on-screen talent. And you're gonna tell me the first thing that comes to your brain, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, your
Oh
true
my God.
feeling and response. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
The first thing I have for you is Amber DePace. I've had the opportunity of speaking to Amber very early on in me doing these chats, and she was fun.
It just like my I wasn't like in the condition to take on the pressure that would have been needed. Like I would have just broke down. Like I cried a lot the first episode. I would have been freaking crying the entire season.
Mm-hmm. She was fun.
Okay. Is Amber the one? Is Amber the crazy one? Like
Who loved
she
the
just
Lord? She really loved Jesus.
crazy. Yeah. A good crazy. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. She was unique. Unique? I think that's the word that I'm going to go with. Unique.
And so, of course, we know Amber made it into the house.
Yeah.
However, she withdrew from the competition. What was the talk on the town when all of that was happening?
I think the general consensus was it's probably for the best.
Oh my God, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everyone was collectively like maybe a little worried for her, like in a sense, like also like she maybe couldn't have handled it, or like I don't really know, but everyone was, I think, was generally like, okay, yeah, like this is gonna, maybe it'll go smoother or something. Like just she felt very intense.
Next on the list is Lisa. She was brought back just to be sent right back out.
Lisa, oh my God, I haven't seen her in forever. Love her. She's cool. She's just like a cool chick. Like I actually would love to reconnect with her at some point. But yeah, like a cool, cool girl.
Next on the list is Rachel.
Rachel. She comes off as like a Bambi. Like she's so sweet, like so endearing, and like bushy eye, like, like just I actually weirdly, now that I work in casting, I bring her into some auditions that I do sometimes. So I've seen her a bunch of times at castings now that I'm the casting director. So I get to bring some of the girls in now that I've like kept in touch with and that I know were on America's Next Top Model. I always try to bring all the girls that I know, whatever cycle it was, but now I bring them into castings that I do.
And you're a casting director in the modeling field?
Modeling and commercials, yeah. So I do TV
Oh,
commercials,
cool.
music videos, and print campaigns now. But now I'm in charge of picking all the actors and models. It's cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. Look at you.
Yeah. So I always, they may not know it or whatever, but if I see a girl that was ever on Top Model, I always bring them in if they're right for it.
I know that's right. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you on behalf
Yeah.
of them. Thank you. Next on the list is Lulu.
Lulu. Oh my God. We stayed friends for so long. Like we immediately connected like on the show. And we were actually roommates when we both got eliminated. And so we spent so much time together. And then I always went to New York and she's a badass. She's a badass bitch. Like, I don't know if I can say that, but
No, you
she's
can.
a bad. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. She's a badass. I love her. She's in LA now. She was in New York for a while, but now she's in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Next on the list is Bianca. I've had the chance to speak to her as
Bianca.
well.
The first word that comes up to my mind is strong.
Mm-hmm.
She was really strong-willed. Like you could just tell like she was very like and regal. Like she seems very like regal and strong and just like yeah. That's the first words that come to my mind. Strength.
Yes. Next on the list is Ashley. Ashley Howard. She.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's like she kind of reminds me of Zoe Kravitz, like a little bit. Like she has like this like vibe, like, I don't know. Like when she had her hair and stuff on the show, like she got some like tats or something. She might be a very like Zoe Kravitz type.
Yes. What about Cara?
Yeah. She's like a surfer girl. I don't know. She feels like very like holistic, like surfer, like she'd be in Tulum or something, like, like just like, I don't know, holistic, healthy yoga vibes.
Next on the list is Ray.
Ray. Oh, mommy. She was our mommy of the show. Yeah, just like an amazing mom. She like really was like to be able to leave your kid and like go and do something like that for a long time. Like you have to like really want it too, I think. So I think she like really wanted to be there and to do it. So like an amazing mom. Like, damn, your mom was on America's Next Top Model.
Yes. On the list is Brittany.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Just like, like now I would just be like, probably not the right energy that I would want to be around. Like, that's kind of how now I would like categorize it. I think like back then I would be like, she's kind of a bitch. But I think like now it's just like, oh, her energy and vibe's just not right for mine. Like our energies wouldn't mix. Our energies don't mix, I think.
Next on the list is Sunday.
The funniest girl ever. She is hilarious. She's amazing. I know she's been in like Japan forever. So I haven't like I haven't like actually physically seen her, but we always like catch up on social or whatever it is. We'll send each other like old pictures or something if we come across them. But yeah, funny. She's so funny.
Next on the list is Jennifer.
That's my girl. Like me and Jen, we have stayed friends this entire time, like best
Lit.
friends, hang out. She's like my acting coach sometimes. We're with the same management company, so we're very close. We're very alike. And actually on the show, we did not like really vibe. I don't know if it wasn't like vibe or like we just didn't like really, and that's the other thing, like none of us really knew each other. So I think like now after the show and like you're still connected to them, like wow, Jen and I have survived LA for a decade together and it was amazing. Like she's one of the greatest humans I've ever met and been able to keep in my friend circle for now 12 years, like since the show. And I think that's so special. And
Yeah.
I'm just so like thankful for her friendship. She's like incredible. And we've gone through so many similar things, but yeah, she's like a bestie. Like, yeah, I love her.
Oh,
I
top model
know.
besties. We love to
I
see
know.
it. We love to see it.
We've
I do too.
yes,
Jen is lit. Jen is lit.
she's so lit.
And she's popping out here in these streets. Like she's doing her commercial stuff. She got her gigs. She's
Dude,
on TV doing her. I'm like, Jen is out here popping.
she's an amazing actress. Like, she's
Mhm.
not like she did her modeling thing and whatever. No, she is meant to be an actress. Like,
Nice.
hands down, she is incredible. Like, and a lot of her commercials that she's done this year like came through our casting office and stuff. And like, I will forever put Jen on. Like, whatever I get, I'm like, no, Jen, I want Jen to audition for it. Like
Yes.
whatever it is. But
Beautiful.
she helps me so much too with my acting stuff. Like she's always there for me. So she's a
Oh,
ride or die. And we have the best time when we go out together.
that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Next on
Yeah.
the list is Aaron.
Erin. Wow. Okay, wait. So I feel like she was made for modeling. I saw her career like go through after the show. Like I think she should have done better on the show, my personal opinion. She is like just her body and length and like her limbs and everything, her face, like it's just perfection. And she has actually gone on. Has been doing really big like editorial magazine work and she's killing it. She's been in like Mexico City, like living in Mexico City for a long time. And she's like truly a high fashion editorial petite like model. Like
Mhm.
she's a supermodel to me. Like if you were a petite, she would be like the supermodel because like her campaigns are insane and like God, her face like chiseled, her eyes, her brows, everything.
Mhm.
Like she was, I loved her.
Yes.
I loved
Next on the
her.
list
I
is
think
Laura.
my heart
I
and
know, right?
soul, my Kentucky girl. Like no, she probably just like the nicest human I've ever met, like the most generous, like and no bad intentions, like no energy, just like she just has this aura around her of just she's such a good human. Like she does so many good things for people. Like she's just so generous and like we should all try to be like her. I'm
Really
always like,
should.
how can I be a better person? Like she really does the humanitarian thing really well. And she's still out there doing her thing, making her she has like so many businesses. I'm like, girl, you are an
Mhm.
entrepreneur. Like she has so many. It's amazing to see her like
Mhm.
really succeed and do more than just modeling. Like she does so much.
She does a lot. Like you said, she does do a lot for her community. Shout out to you,
Yeah.
Laura. Thank you so much.
Shout out Laura.
Last but not least, the Cycle 13 winner, Miss Nicole.
Honestly, I knew she was gonna win from the very beginning. Like
Really?
I just knew. Like I saw her in the first photo shoot. She was very quiet, kept to herself, like kind
Mhm.
of, interesting, artsy, kind of, quiet person. I didn't get to know her very well, probably because I just wasn't on it long enough. But,
Mhm.
um, I got some shit on the show from like people watching it at the time saying that I was super cocky and or jealous of Nicole or something like that. Like it was like a cocky thing. And it was all because of a statement that I made. And obviously, like the way you edit things is what you learn on reality TV is like they edit it the way that they want it to be edited. And it was more or less I was just standing on the balcony, and it's the very first photo shoot. So the mirror, I had the mirror. I don't know if anyone else did, but anyways, it was the very first photo shoot. I'm standing on the balcony just watching, like she's the last person to go, very last. And I'm standing there with all the girls and I'm looking over and I kind of just turn around and casually be like, I was like, she's going to win. And it was more like, it wasn't like a sarcastic, like snarky, bitchy comment. It was just like, oh, I just watched every girl go and she's the last one. And I was like, that's the winner. Like she's gonna win. And you can just tell by the way they were all working with her, the way Jay was working with her, the way they were just like kind of like molding her and like just the whole energy around her. You could feel like that's the star, that's the talent, and like they're gonna run with that. Like she's gonna be it. She was artsy, she was interesting, she had this beautiful red curly big hair, she had freckles, like everything. There was just people that like there was just girls at the time that just didn't look like her, who were in it. Like now, these two Gucci girls that are always in those ads, like they kind of resemble like a look that she has. But at the time, like she was cool. Like she was it. Like she was interesting. She was moving in weird ways. Like she was just kind of like naturally had it. Like she wasn't like posing, you know, like it was just kind of like she was just naturally kind of awkward. And like it worked for her, like being awkward and having this just beautiful exterior, and her body was so interesting. Like I just kind of knew. And I think it's kind of funny that like now I'm a casting director and that's what I do. I actually like pick out like people that I judge people all day. But I'm like, that is her, and it makes sense. Like you should be able to pick out, and it was nothing like spiteful or like nothing like, oh, I'm jealous. It was just like, oh, that's her. She's gonna win.
That's her.
That's her. She's gonna win, and I knew it, and I was just like, okay.
Next on the list is Mr. Jay Manuel. How was he? Your time on Top Model.
I feel like we would. I know we got into our little tiff on my last episode, I guess, but actually, I feel like he's a diva and dramatic, and I love it. But like, I feel like actually we would be friends in real life. Like, if we were to be, like, I think like because he's so tough and like kind of snarky a little bit, that I would like gravitate towards it. Like I would like it as a friend, like having a friend in my group like him. Like I think we would have a lot of fun together. But on the show, we like definitely butted heads in a sense of I was just super frustrated. Like it wasn't even about him. I was just like, I'm on a horse and you're not letting me move. Like he would not let me move. No one on set would let me move. Like I couldn't do other poses. I couldn't do anything because they were so worried about me falling off the horse and like maybe breaking my other leg or like injuring my leg more. So that photo shoot, I was so upset because I wanted to do more. Like I was like, this is not good. Like I'm just sitting here and I can only change my face so many times. And like there's no other poses that I could like physically do that I was allowed to do. And so I think that was the biggest frustration. It wasn't even him. I was just like, this is bullshit. Like I need to do more. Like this is not going to be like, I didn't even like it. Like I was like, I don't like it. Like I don't want to do this. Like, and that is, I think, like the whole fight that we got into, because he was like, more, give me more in your face. And I was just like, there's only just so much my face can do, where your body and your emotions and your actions make a lot of the picture. Like your face can be beautiful and incredible and it looks nice, but like if you're not, you know, incorporating everything into the entire picture, I mean, it just is like, I was like, this, like, I don't even like it. Like, I don't
Mhm.
like it. And I'm the person modeling. Like, so, and he was getting frustrated that I was upset. Like, I was very upset on that shoot day. And I get it. Like, everyone's like, oh, you have to go through it. You're on set, you're doing a photo shoot. And it's like, yeah, and I did. I did the whole thing and I did my job. But still, at the end of the day, like, I'm also the model, I'm also the talent. And like,
Mhm.
I wanted to do more. And that's just not how you're treated on set either. I was also like, honestly, I've never even been treated like this before. And I've been on a lot of sets and I've worked really hard on sets and I've done plenty of commercials. I've done plenty of editorial shoots before America's Next Top Model. So that's like the other thing. I was like, I know what it's like to be treated on set. And like, this is not it. Like, you're not treating me the way a talent would be treated on set. So I just was upset about that whole day of like, we're in a limo for 8 hours. You can't talk. You're waiting, no talking. So you're just like silent the whole day. And, you know, then you're like the last to go on the photo shoot. You've been there for 12 hours all day. And okay, I mean, you know, on with the show, but like, and now you're yelling at me that I'm not athletic enough, you know? Like, I'm just like, yeah,
You were
obviously,
over
like,
it. You were over it.
I was so over it. I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to be treated like this anymore. Like, this is like not fun for me. Like, I don't want to be treated like this. Like, I was just like, just take my photo, take it, and like, let's get me off this horse, like right now. Like, I want to be off.
You were
And they were
saying
just
that?
like, yeah, I was just like, I'm like done. I want to be done. I,
Oh.
I just, I just didn't feel like it was, I don't know. I just shouldn't have been treated like that. That's just, you know, how I kind of felt being on set. And like, I think when you know how you're supposed to be treated, like, you're kind of just like, do I need to go through this? Like, not really.
Not
And
really.
I can't really do anything. It's not really my fault. Like, I want to, I want to be doing a handstand on this freaking horse, you know? Like, I want to be doing something cool and something athletic that I know I could do. So when you're told you're not allowed to do anything, like, I have to follow, you know, the production guidelines in a sense.
Yeah. Woo!
So
Okay. Next on the list is Jay Alexander.
just a doll. Like, his spirit, like, just, you want to be around his infectious energy. I just feel like he lights up the room. He's hilarious. You know, I think he doesn't take his life too seriously, you know, like, he's not serious. Like, I think the other Jay was like very serious, and then this Miss J was like, let's live a little, like, let's have some
Mhm.
fun. Like, we're not here to, like, you know, cure cancer. Like, we're here to like model and have fun and play with clothes and makeup and like, you know, have a great time. And I think he really made everyone feel that way. Like, I think
Mhm.
his energy was like really great.
Next on the list is Nigel Barker.
um
Uh-oh.
I don't know, like, just kind of like I don't know, I kind of got like a bad energy. Like, his energy was just not, I don't know, there was something off about him, like kind of a asshole, like, you know, in a sense. I don't know, like, it was just like a stick up his ass or something, like, I don't know.
Oh
Like,
my God.
okay, like, I don't know, like, that's just kind of like how I felt about him. Also, he's the one that made a comment that I wish you were more athletic, and I was just like, all right, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I broke my leg doing a freaking double twisting flip. Like, I don't know. Like, okay, I guess I'll try to be more athletic, but yeah, I don't know.
Last on the list is Tyra Banks.
Okay, so I'm pretty it was half and half for her. So, one, I looked up to her as an amazing supermodel. Like, she did so much um with what she was given, and like, I just admired her a lot. And then I think like on the show, I don't really think like she really knew us. Like she wasn't like around like a lot, you know, like so it just made it seem like she's always like super close with everyone, but like she's really not. And I get it, like she's like the host of the show, like she doesn't have to be around. So like now as like an actor and like understanding the process of TV shows and like how it is, like she wouldn't be that way. Like the star of the show is not going to be that way. So
Mhm.
now it's like understanding, but at the time I was just like, this is like super fake. Like I just, you know, like it wasn't like as genuine as I thought it was gonna be. Like there was no like, I thought she was gonna like really help us, like mold us into being like better models or like really help. I don't know. Like I just was, I think, expecting more from her from the show in a sense of like, if you're with a whole bunch of people who aren't models and we don't know how to model, like I feel like you would take more time to like actually educate us and like help us more with like modeling and like really be there and be our mentor. Like I really thought like she was supposed to be like a mentor, but she wasn't around as much as like I would have hoped. Like I hoped for more, I think, from her.
Mm.
But yeah.
What is your response to the criticism she gets nowadays, from the internet, from guests I've had on my own platform talking about, you know, some of her, I would say not so nice behavior according to their experience? What is your response to that?
Yeah. I would like probably err on the side of agreeing with probably your other other people that you've had on and just her reputation in the industry in general. Um, you know, like I just don't think you need to be that way, even though you're Tyra Banks. You know, like I think there's like you can be nice and humble to people, and you know, these girls are like looking up to you, like they,
Mhm.
you know, they're on the show like not only for themselves, but like because you're on it, like it's Tyra Banks, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Because so they're there because of you, you know. So I would agree. She doesn't have like the best like reputation, and she's probably doesn't seem very nice. Like she just doesn't seem like a very nice person.
Damn, Tyra. Um, well, woohoo! Congratulations, you have just completed roll
Oh
call.
my
Roll
god!
call. Look at you.
I did pretty good. I did pretty
You did
good.
damn good. You did a damn good job. So now we're going to get into some of the fan questions about your actual
Oh
time
my
on the
god.
show. We're talking about the episodes
Okay.
now. So the first question is from Steph Redhead, and they're saying, "Hey, Courtney, what did you think of your doll-themed house with all the candy in it?"
I loved it. Are you kidding? I feel like I'm such a doll. Like I thought it was very I like cohesive to my face and like what my face looks like and in the dollhouse and like everything. It was just kind of like very fitting. Like I thought it was perfect, like for me. Because I always get told like I either look like a fairy or like a doll or like something like my face. So I was like, this is perfect for me. I love it. No, it was awesome.
OG1 Halsey is asking, "Love Courtney's look. Did she really like her makeover? I love your makeover."
Loved it. Oh my god, yeah, no. I loved the red that it actually became like my signature look for like a decade. So I really took that look that they gave me on the show and really cultivated that into my career. And it was kind of like what I was known for. Like when I would do shoots and like modeling or casting, like I'd be the girl with the pixie cut with red hair, you know. So it was the right call, and it was like Tyra did have the vision for that, and she was right. Like she was
Yeah.
hands down. Like she knew the haircut that I needed, the color that I needed, and it really worked for me for a long time. Because I since the show I've kept short hair. Like I've never I've never grown it out long again, like nothing. Like it's stayed short. It's like my thing. So she kind of gave me like my signature look, I feel like.
Come on, Tyra.
Okay. Okay. We'll give her
1
that.
point for Tyra. Oh, how was that first photo shoot of you? It was a photo I chose for the promo of this chat. I love that photo of you laying down in front of the mirror. It's really nice.
I have it framed in my room. It's the one thing that I have from the show. It was one of the most gorgeous photos, I think, that I ever took, and I love the concept behind it, and I'll cherish it forever. Like it has such a big place in my heart, and when I think of like my time as a model, it's like one of the photos that I'll always remember, and like I have it it's in my room, like framed. Like I love it.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
what are some interesting things that happen during panel that we as viewers do not get the chance to see?
I think a lot of like the comments are cut out, like the whole conversations, because we're actually like having a full-on conversation, during those times. So like when each person is going up, like it's not just like they're reading your name and then like they're going through. It's a full thing. So it's edited down to a very quick sound bites, so we're actually having full-on reviews and like conversations with the judges when you're getting reviewed. So I think a lot of the people don't get to hear like the full comments, and probably a good thing, most likely, because they're not like they're full commentating of your shoot or like what it is. It's not always like the best or makes the most sense, or like you're just kind of like, that's kind of weird, like that they said that. They make like weird analogies. I don't know, and so a lot of those are cut out.
What are some of those that you remember?
I mean, I will never forget my specific one when I was being eliminated, and by that point I was over it. I was like, please eliminate, like send me home. I want to go home. I'm over it. And so I was kind of just like standing there like, okay, like let's just keep it going. And Tyra says to me, it's the weirdest comment. I'll never forget it. But she says, she's like, I just don't think you're like a model, like an editorial model. You're more like a music video vixen. Like you would be in like Jamie Foxx's music video. And I was just like, like, I'm sorry, are we looking at the same person? Like I was just like looking down at myself and like thinking about what I look like, and I was just like, I would disagree. Like I don't think, like, yes, I think I've been in music videos, but I don't think it would be Jamie Foxx's out of every artist you thought of, like you thought that was the one. Like that was it, and that was totally not in the show. And I was like kind of hoping it was, because it's kind of funny, like and like so far left of like a comment that you could say about someone. Like it was just so odd. I was like, I mean, yeah, I would love to be in a music video, but and weirdly I met Jamie Foxx like after, like when I was like living in LA, nicest human being in the world. And I was just like thinking, like, how funny is this? Like now I've actually met him and like whatever. But like I'm like, that's so funny that Tyra said that to me, because like I've seen his music videos. There's no way. Like I just would not be that type. Like I was just like, wait, I have no boobs and no ass, like ever. Like it's not happening. Like I can twerk a little bit, but it's not moving. Like, like there's just not much to jiggle there. And I just thought that was just like the funniest thing. Like I was just like, okay, yeah, please eliminate me if that's what you think. Like,
right.
Let me go try and be in one of his music videos then.
Jamie Foxx has really good music, and I want him to come back. Like, I need at least one more album from him.
Too.
Just one more.
Me
just one more.
too. I need just whatever he wants to give me. Like,
Mm.
yeah, no, he's amazing. He whatever he wants to do. No, he's probably like one of the best celebrities I ever met in Hollywood. Like humble,
So
generous, the nicest guy, funny, and just like a real person. Like it's so weird. He still is like a very real human being and can be like anywhere with any type of people. Like he was probably like one of my favorite like people that I've admired or looked up to and just in the entertainment industry. And like the fact that I wasn't disappointed was really cool. But I didn't get to be in a music video, so Jamie, come on.
right. The next question is from Samir Salah, and they're asking,
Okay.
did you really feel defeated because of your broken leg? Or did something happen behind the scenes that made you less excited about the competition, which you kind of touched on earlier about how you felt like you were being treated? What were some of those specific things that were happening to you that you felt like were edging on the line of making you uncomfortable on that last photo shoot specifically?
Yeah, I think it was just I wanted to do more and it just was not. And it was frustrating within myself. Like it's not just what was happening on set. Like that's a huge frustration when you know that you can do better and you can give more and like you just you can't. Like whether it was like an emotional block that I was just like I'm not gonna be able to do this, and I'm now mad at myself that I went to that stupid competition. Like, why did I do that? Or just like you start like really questioning like yourself of like, man, I really messed this up. Like, why did I come here with a broken leg? Like, why did I do this? And then on top of that, when the whole set is there and they're just like, well, you can't do this and you can't move and you can't get off the horse because like once we put you up there, then like how are you gonna get down? And like kind of just like all these things of just like, you know, I get like it's a liability. Like I totally understand that, but I think it was a combination of everything. Like it was behind the scenes and me really being like, man, this sucks. Like I can do better. I can do more and just not being able to, I think. And that is frustrating. Like that's super, you know, at some point you're going to feel defeated. Like you're just like, cause there's just nothing else you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty realistic. I think anybody in your situation would in the same thing. Baby Cosmetic is saying, hey, Courtney, I thought your elimination was unexpected. Your first photo was beautiful, and you also seem to impress Sean Patterson. It makes us fans think that you were eliminated because of your broken foot. Your thoughts on this?
I would agree. I know from when Lulu joined me in our isolation period, like after I got eliminated and then Lulu got eliminated. And when she came back, she told me that the next challenge was a running challenge. So there was no way.
You had to go. I mean, it makes sense. You wouldn't have been able to run.
I wouldn't have been able to run. That would have been a nightmare. Like, think about how frustrated I was just on a stationary horse, like to having to run and like, I don't know, potentially like injure myself more. Like, you know, that's a real thing. Like there was just no way they could keep me on the show as a liability, as like I couldn't do the challenges. So yeah, I mean, I totally got eliminated because I had a broken leg.
Makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense.
ANTM_pot leadum smize tooch bussy. Girl.
Okay.
Right. Wow. Right. It's asking. I believe that Tyra said on her talk show that she regretted that you have been eliminated so early. If this is true, what do you think about that?
I didn't know she said that.
And this account, they be knowing. They're more fans than I am. They be knowing the tea.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, that's really nice. That's a nice compliment because okay. I think I was. I think I was a really great contender. I think I could have gone a lot far. I think I could have. I think I had the experience behind it. I could have done like the grueling like it wasn't new to me that you're on set for 12 hours. It wasn't new to me, that you have to do what everyone else is telling you to do. That wasn't a big thing. And then I think I would have had a lot of fun like at the photo shoots. Like I love photos. Like I love photo shoots, and with my dance background, with my gymnastics background, I think, I could have gone way farther. And it's unfortunate, like, but that's just the way, it was. And there's nothing you can like do.
Watching this show, what photo shoot would you have loved to participate in? You probably would have been really good you probably would have been really good with the circus theme photo shoot and the one when they were in the air with the shrinking.
The air one. The air one is like aerial stuff. Like I love doing aerial work and like that kind of workout, but artistry. But yeah. And the swimming one. I thought the underwater ones were cool. Like the surfing ones. I really wanted to do like the surf one. Like they were all like surfing in Hawaii, and I was like, I want to be surfing.
Did you go to Hawaii, or did you get sent home once they went abroad?
No, you have to stay the whole time. I went to Hawaii. I was like in Hawaii for like a month or something. It felt like 3 weeks.
Was it fun?
So I was a little bit of a troublemaker, but I loved it. I was
what were you doing? What kind of trouble was you getting into, Courtney?
Well, I would sneak out of my hotel room a lot to go out, like without my handler. Oops, sorry, Amy, I love you, girl, but no, I would sneak out of my hotel room, which was really bad. You shouldn't do that. And then I think like in Hawaii, I was just like, guys, really? Like I'm in Hawaii. I'm not going to be in this room all day. I'm going to be by the pool, and I'm going to have a drink, and I'm going to be laying, by the pool. That's what I'm going to be doing. Like, and there was just like days where I was like, oh, I'm sick. I can't go. Cause you have to go to like all the photo shoots and stuff where they're at. So wherever they're shooting and you're eliminated, you still have to go, because if there was like paparazzi or something, what they were saying, or someone taking pictures, the whole group has to be there. So people can't figure out who's eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
So some days I would be like, I'm sick, I can't go. Or I was like in Hollywood, I had never been to LA, and I was like, oh my God, I can't stay in my room like the whole time. So I would like sneak out and like walk Los Cienego Boulevard. Like I had no idea where I was, but then when I actually moved there and got a place there, I was like, oh wait, I walked down that road like before, like literally crawled down a balcony, like crawled out of my room. I was like on a second floor, like
foot.
I crawled out of the window and would climb down the 2 balconies that were like underneath me so I could like go out, and I would go to this one bar like on the corner. It was like a restaurant. It's called the Belmont, which I used to go to when I was living in LA, and I thought that was so funny. I was like, oh my God, like I would literally walk down the streets in West Hollywood sneaking out when I was on Top Model, and like I would like go to a payphone, like use a payphone. I'd be like, Mom! I would like call boys, like I would be like, hey, like I would, anyone that I remembered their number, I would go to a payphone and I would call them, and I'd be like, hey, I'm on Top Model. I don't have my phone, but I'm at a payphone. Like I found this payphone on the sidewalk and I knew your number, so I'm calling you so I could talk to someone, so I could like feel normal or something, like, because you can't talk to anyone or do anything. So I would literally sneak out of my room, go to the Belmont, and go to the payphone.
You made the most out of your experience, I would say.
Yeah, I had a whole list of activities that I wanted my handler to take me to, like when I got eliminated. It was so funny. Like I would be like, I want to go to a Dodgers game. I want to go to all these, and I would have a whole list. I want to go to this club. I want to go here. And they're like, what? I was like, yep. I was like, every day I want to do a new activity while I'm here in LA.
I don't blame you. I
mean, we gotta have some fun.
Were you weren't offered the chance to come on another cycle, were you?
No, I heard about that though. Like Laura did, right? I think Jen was offered it. They went to Jen, and then I think Laura did it. Like she
The
really did it,
All-Star
but no,
season.
no, they didn't. I don't think they came to me. No. That would have been a great do-over, though.
That would have been a great do-over. That would have been great.
That would have made sense. That would have made sense, actually.
So you do Top Model. The show comes out. Everyone sees you on there. What happens? And then tell us, where did your career go afterwards? I know you've done like TV stuff. So like talk about all that cool stuff you've done.
So when the show came out, I immediately moved to LA. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna ride this out, like I just need to take full advantage and move there and really do this. And I was so lucky, like Wilhelmina signed me. Like obviously when I got off the show, like I could go back to Wilhelmina, Miami. So they transferred me to Wilhelmina, LA. And so I started with Wilhelmina out there. And Jen and I, like I said, we have the same manager. So he was like, I think like you should really focus on acting, not as much modeling. And I think LA too is like a smaller, you know, it's not as modeling like forward, like it's not as fashion. Like I think New York is just more editorial and is more model like. I think LA has a different type of model. And he's like, yeah, I really think acting is the way to go. And I think like my biggest thing that I got to do that I I'm so thankful for was Pretty Little Liars. So I got to have a few episodes, a reoccurring role on Pretty Little Liars. Kind of soon, like after the show, I think like maybe 2 years or 3 years after the show, I was doing that, and I was in like a girl group, and I was like making music, and we were shooting a movie, Crazy for the Boys. I don't know. It's was very interesting time. But commercials is like really where I excel. So I basically made like a really great commercial career, and I still focus on TV today. Like I still will audition for TV shows, but like I said, I fell in love with casting, and now I have my own casting company, and I get to do like music videos. And I just did the John Legend music video, All She Wanna Do. So it was a really cool, like, I don't know, it just really has developed this whole like kind of career for myself where I get to be the talent and I get to create and be behind the scenes, and that's like what is really fulfilling for me. So, oh, and I got to do, I think like after Pretty Little Liars, which was really awesome to work with all those girls. And then I was in Calvin Harris's big music video, Summer. When I Met You in the Summer, I was like one of the main girls in that. And that was like really cool because I had done a music video before, but like nothing for a big artist. So that was kind of like I am a music video vixen. Tyra was right. No.
Tyra was right.
Tyra was right. Shoot. No, but so I got to do, those are some cool things that I got to do, and then like just like a bunch of commercials, like, you know, the standard ones like Nissan or McDonald's or Old Navy and all those fun like dancing ones. I got to do like a lot of dancing commercials, which was cool. But now I'm, you know, full time in casting, and I love it.
Yay!
It's very fulfilling. Very fulfilling.
We like that F word. We love that F word.
Yeah.
To be filled. Yeah. It's so
yeah.
great. Good for
and get
you.
To help. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so
Good
much.
For you. So people who watch my channel, let me do that again. So subscribers to my channel and who have joined, let me do that one more time. So people who watch my channel and who have joined as a member now have the opportunity to come live with us and
Oh
actually
my God.
ask their favorite top model girl their own question. So I have a
Okay.
question for you. Are you ready?
Oh my God, yes. This is so cool.
Hey, Courtney and Oliver. Hope you two are doing great. So I have two burning questions that I want to inquire. Courtney, my first question is, during the episode after you were eliminated, when Sunday told Bianca that you said to Sunday you wouldn't have been friends with Bianca if it wasn't for Lulu, was that really the case? And if not, what actually did happen? My second question after that is, did you think the judges intentionally tried to get into your head to perform poorly during the horse photo shoot in order to eliminate you before the runway challenge because they knew you would not have been able to participate properly with a broken foot? So in summary, did you think they were trying to find an excuse to eliminate you before the runway challenge? Those are all the questions that I have for right now. You two take care and thank you.
Oh my God, what an angel.
Wasn't
Okay.
he so cute?
Okay, so right. Okay, so Lulu and I obviously like hit it off right away. So I think the whole thing with Bianca is she really gelled our two personalities together because I think Bianca and I are both very strong, like independent people. And so it's not that like there was anything going on. It's just like sometimes like I have to warm up to people or vice versa. Like someone has to warm up to me. And then when you actually really like get to know me, you're like, that is not what I thought that who you were like at all. Like I'm very like not guarded because I think that's it's used negatively, but I think I'm just very cautious and like intentional of who I let into my aura and give my time to and my energy to. So I'm very conscious of that. So I think like I have to get to know people first. And Lulu just was that gel, like that middle person that can bring two other people together, you know, who maybe wouldn't necessarily be friends right away, right? Like, because we were just both independent, badass bitches. Like, we were just like, okay, like we're here, like, okay, you know, competing with. Also, we're all there to compete at the end of the day, too. So it's not. I don't think it's like any ill will or like people are mean or you know, stuff like that. It's just also we're here to do a job and we're here to compete against one another. And when you do get emotionally involved with people, you know, it does kind of slow your game down if you're really there to like win or like do something, you have to cut all the emotional part off to like be a real, you know, competitive person in a sense. Like you can't listen to all that. You can't let people get in your head. So I think Lulu was the gel. There was nothing going on. I loved Bianca. I thought she was dope. Like I was like, oh yeah, no, we are exactly alike, so we could be friends. Like that's the other thing. We're kind of run in the same, you know, circle or attitude or whatever it is. Yeah.
And
then
and do you think the judges were trying to get in your head?
Yeah, I mean I think everyone knew I was over it. They all knew I was over it. And I think it was just like they have to say some things. And Lulu did tell me like afterwards, like, man, you just like you just like gave up, you know, like you were just like, whatever, like just, yeah, please eliminate me pretty much at that point. And that's kind of like how I felt. Like it really was like deep down. I was just like, okay, like maybe this isn't for me. Like maybe I'm not meant for reality. Maybe my personality isn't for reality TV or like, you know, I think there was a lot going on. And yeah, I mean, they do try to get in your head. Like they want you to second guess yourself. The girls want you to second guess yourself. Everyone's trying to start something, you know, to make it exciting or dramatic or whatever it is. So I think it's a constant thing, but I mean, we all like, I didn't know that challenge was coming up, but if they knew, then
of course, makes sense.
Yeah.
So I want to know, what positive things do you take away from your top model experience?
First of all, my friendship with Jen. We would have never met if we hadn't have done the show. Also, my other best friend, Jessica Serfati, she was on cycle 14. She messaged me because she saw me on the show, and we have been best friends ever since. So I've made really great women relationships from that show, and I think that has been one of the greatest outcomes of that is like my relationships with strong, beautiful, intelligent women. And for a long time, it's not just like, you know, we just met. Like this has been over a decade long of a relationship with some of these girls. And that's really, really special. And I think you appreciate that more as you get older, like maybe not right away when you're on the show. But now I look back and I'm like, wow, like I have some really great girlfriends from that show. And then the other thing was it allowed me to really go for my dreams. And not everyone is lucky enough to be able to do what they love or live the dream that they have and they see for themselves, and to move out to a city that they know no one, and you're 22 years old and you're alone, and all you have is your dream. And it really gave me the courage. It gave me like, oh wow, no, just because I got eliminated doesn't matter. Like I made it onto the show, and I think that's the greatest. You make it onto the show, and that says everything. Like it doesn't matter your placement or if you won or not. Like just look at some of the winners now. Like some of them aren't even modeling. They didn't even move forward with a career. And just making it, I think, was such a blessing, and it gave me the courage to really take my dreams seriously and be like, oh, I am good at this. Like it gave me the reassurance that like I'm meant to be in entertainment, like whatever that is, whatever I'm meant to do, it's going to lead me there. And it got me started. Like it really gave me my start, and it allowed me to, even though reality TV, it wasn't, it's not that it's not like taken seriously or like in the real, the serious theatrical acting. But it did help me get in the doors. So it got me in the doors. Not that they loved it. It wasn't like, okay, you're on America's Next Top Model. I don't know. But for serious, theatrical shows or movies, it did at least get me in the door because I had something. Like I had something on TV. But I think those are the two like really big things that I'm grateful for this show.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. And I mean, it's all a part of the journey, and look at where you are now. Like you're killing it.
Yeah.
So
it started everything pretty much. Like, it gave me that big leap of faith pretty much.
Yes. And my last question, the last question I always ask everyone, if you were standing before Tyra Banks right now, what would you say to her?
Wow. Okay. I think I would just say thank you for the opportunity. Like she gave a chance on me. She gave a chance on a lot of people, but I think just like thank you. Like thank you for seeing something in me. I disagree with maybe a lot of things you said, but thank you for giving me that opportunity. I think that's the takeaway of it. And you should, even if you didn't have the greatest experience or like I was wanting something more from it, just the opportunity, I think, is everything.
Yeah. Courtney,
like, girl, I think you're crazy.
Wait, what'd you say?
I was like, I think you're crazy, nuts, but love it. But
we're all a little
no, it's just, I mean, we have to be. There's not, no, trust me. I get a little crazy sometimes too, but
any final words?
I just want to thank you. Like, I think this was so cool. I've never done something like this before. So this is like a first for me. And to talk about something that now I feel like you could have the time to reflect on too. Like, what a difference having 10, 12, however many years it was, 12, to like actually think about this. Like, and it's not that I've never forgotten, you know, it's always there. Like, I've always remembered it. You know, I have the picture that I look at. So it's very, you know, in the front of my mind a lot of the times, and it'll always be a part of me. But I think like having the time to actually reflect was really cool. Like all these questions and everything, like, wow, like, okay, maybe I didn't have such a bad experience, you know, like, or just like, it just made me think about a lot of things. Like, thank you. Thank you for making me think and having me here. Like, this was cool.
Courtney, I want to thank you on behalf of my friends over here for agreeing to do this and spending time with us, sharing your experiences, your feelings, on all, and I'm just appreciative that I've got a chance to connect with you, and I wish you all the luck in everything that you're doing. But I don't think you need me wishing it because you already got it going on, girl. You already
Same to you. Same to you. Are you kidding?
I appreciate it.
When you come to Miami, you need to hit me up. Like, come to
I
South
will.
Florida.
I will. Yeah, that's hometown.
Let's have a time.
I'm always in Fort Lauderdale. That's my hometown.
Okay. Yes, I'm here. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And maybe you can get me casted in Jamie Foxx's music video.
You know what? I will look at whatever I have. I will hit you up. I'll be like, hey, you want to do this music video?
Yes. Thank you so much. Everybody,
Yes.
please give a round of applause for Courtney for giving an amazing, amazing live chat on America's Next Top Model Cycle 13. Courtney, you have a good one, and thank you once again.
You too. Have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy.
You too.
Okay.
Bye. Guys, that was so freaking amazing. Be sure to follow Courtney on everything. She's dancing in the background. I can still see her. She's dancing. Be sure you guys make sure you follow Courtney on everything. We're going to put her links down in the subscription box. Not the subscription box, down in the description box. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for liking, watching, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all those great things that we love. Listen, I told you guys the nerd is back in the saddle. The classroom is open, and there will be so many more America's Next Top Model chats on the way. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Make sure you go out there and do something nice for yourself and someone else. Let's keep the positivity and love going on in this dark, nasty, disgusting world. Be the light. Be the change you want to see. And until next time, guys, as you guys, you know, I always say, be sure to what? Pray and Kegel, because you never know when you're going to be in a Jamie Foxx music video, okay? All right, y'all. Bye.